There have been weeks of non-stop provocations on the India-Pakistan border and on the line of control. New Delhi has once again sent out a clear signal to Islamabad. India's Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has warned Pakistan that unprovoked attacks from across the border will not go unpunished.
It is our duty to keep the borders safe. We shall be alert and ensuring that no unprovoked attack goes without us responding. No unprovoked attack shall go without us responding. It's the duty of the Defence Ministry, the Army and the forces to keep India safe.
Ms. Sitharaman was asked about the repeated border firing despite an agreement between the two sides to maintain a ceasefire. Asked about the success of the Ramzan ceasefire in Jammu and Kashmir, Ms. Sitharaman said the forces have been told to remain alert and to respond to all violations if need be.
And I've repeated and reiterated our position that we honor the ceasefire, but of course the margin was given to us when there is an unprovoked.
The minister's annual press conference came in the middle of reports that the Maldives government has asked New Delhi to remove a second naval chopper from the Lamu atoll. The Maldives government has refused to renew its letter of exchange for this chopper. This is happening even as there are reports that the Chinese may build a port on Lamu atoll. But when probed, the defense minister refused to comment. India will go ahead and buy the S-400 defense system from Russia despite opposition from the US. India's Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has said that it has made it clear to the US that New Delhi has a long history of defence purchases from Moscow. The statement comes amid reports that a US law countering America's adversaries through sanctions or CAATSA was affecting India's defence purchases with Russia. The US had reportedly objected to India's decision to buy the S-400 air defence systems from Russia and warned that it may hit bilateral defence ties. Ms. Sitharaman has said that India has conveyed its position to the US and therefore sanctions will not have an impact. In a deal worth $5.5 billion, India is likely to purchase 5 units of the S-400 air defence systems from Russia. The Defence Minister, in her annual press conference, has today said that India has conveyed its position to the US repeatedly and is going ahead with the S-400 deal with the Russians. India apparently brushing aside US objections. There's a domestic law in the US that could affect India and other countries who have relations, including defense cooperation with Russia, which is sanctioned by the US. Surya Gangadharan joining us now live from the WION newsroom. Surya, the Defence Minister making it clear that India will go ahead despite any possible effect that it might have on deals with the US or weapons deals, defense deals with the US?
Well, the problem with India is that 70% of its defense equipment is of Russian origin. And the US has also understands that given that kind of situation, it's difficult for India to pull the plug on Soviet equipment so quickly. It can't be done overnight. And as a matter of policy over the last decade, India has been diversifying its weapon supplies. So a lot of other suppliers have come in from Israel and the US. But clearly the Russian legacy lingers on. And this is going to take another at least 20 odd years to change. So hopefully the US will understand India's issues and ensure the proper provisions are made in the legislation or before Congress.
Surya Gangadharan reporting from the WION newsroom.